Hey there, this is Derek Rains, and I'm going for my computer science assignment 4. I'm going to just show you a little bit of how to play Magic the Gathering. If you don't know what that is, it's a card game I very recently got into. I just learned how to play it a week ago at Nerdicon that I was helping work with. And for my video, I just want to kind of show you what the most important aspect is, because I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to be quick rundown of what it's like. So in Magic, your biggest resource, the biggest part of the game is resource, and this would be a resource card, and this is for I guess the light category, but it doesn't really matter unless you have cards just like it. But resources are how you play all your other cards. Now you're only allowed to have you're only allowed to play one plains card per turn, but you can have as many as you want out on the field. So like if I had 5 in my hand and eventually I was able to put all 5 out, I could still put more out. There is no limit to how many you can put out until the end of the game. But for resource cards, for the game, you would tap them as a resource to play your other cards. And tapping is just what they call it when you want to play a new card. So like, if I had my plains out and it was my turn to play a monster card or a creature card, sorry, not monsters, they call them creature cards, I would tap my resource and it would be unusable for the rest of that turn. But with that tapped, I could summon something like the Akron Jailer. See, he's only got 1 point right there, so I'd only have to use 1. So I'd still, if I had more than one resource card out, I could save those for later for another move if I wanted to, or another monster. But I would be able to summon the Akron Jailer. Now he gets something called Summoner's Sickness when he goes out, and that means I can't attack with him or do really anything with him until my next turn, unless it says otherwise on the card. Or unless it has haste on it, I believe he told me. Yes, if it's got haste on it, it'll be able to summon then. And then of course you would go into your battle phase if you could battle, and then it would be the next person's turn. Well, they would do their turn, and then they would do whatever they have to do. Once it gets back to my turn, I would draw a card, because you always need 7 cards in your hand. Well, strike that, you don't always need 7 cards. You start out with 7 cards, but you draw on your turn, at the beginning of your turn, and if you had another plains card or another resource card, you would play that, because the more you have out, the more you can do. So then my Akron Jailer, I would untap everything, so the plains card that I used to summon that monster, I would get to use that card again this turn. And that's the untapping step. That happens before you even draw, actually. If I read the rules right. Excuse me. But yeah, so that's pretty much the most important part of the game is these resource cards. You need them in order to win. I think that's all the time I have right now, but I will see y'all in class, or not, for the final. Yeah, have a nice night.